Hey everyone, it's Jen on the go with an Instacart video. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Before I move forward, if you could please subscribe and give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you choose. But if you give me a thumbs down, would you please at least tell me why? That's my thing. I just want to know. It's okay if you do. Yesterday I posted an Instacart video stating my account was hacked. And here's the part two. I had a really tough day with Instacart yesterday. If you don't know what's going on, please go back and watch the video I posted right before this. This was yesterday. Today is Friday, July 24th, 2020. So yesterday, I successfully completed a couple batches in the morning with no problem. I haven't been seeing great batches because my once 5-star rating went down because I have a couple 4 stars. Whatever, that's okay. So the batches are smaller. But lately, just to sum everything up from what happened yesterday, there's been a weird thing happening on my dashboard screen. It's flickering. It's like flicker, 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 and then gone. And it's not even like it doesn't sit there for a second and another person swipes it. These are like flickers. Interesting. You guys know, maybe you don't know, but I used to receive so many orders from one specific grocery store in my area, which is right down the road. It's my favorite. We're in kind of a really nice area where people tip well. It's just my favorite. It's easy. The customers are nice. The grocery store people are nice. The people I deliver to are amazing. There's never an issue. Never an issue. So there's a reason why I'm stating that. And I'll tell you my theory in a second. So yesterday, I go into my grocery store twice. There was another shopper. When I hit accept the batch, there was another shopper shopping on my app. So between the flashing and that, and I could read the chat that was happening, and then the customer was texting me on the chat stating, this person is under your name. So clearly they were in my account. The frustrating part is I was talking to Instacart all day. By the end of the day yesterday, I had been on the not the phone, because they won't talk on the phone, but on the chat for about 4.5 hours. I have it logged. It was crazy. Finally, after like hour 3, I got to some type of a supervisor, level 1 supervisor. I heard that there's different levels. I don't know. Her name was Dainty. So I explained to Dainty what my issue was, and I was so sick of telling the same story over and over again. I'm like, this is what happened. I hit swipe, accept the batch, and there was a shopper already shopping on my screen. That is what happened. Period. And then when I talked to the customer said, I see your name, Jennifer M. M as in my last name. Clearly it was me. So it was ridiculous. I knew what was happening. It was obviously a bot. It was obviously a stolen. It's like almost like they're taking the batches from my personal account, because I've not seen an order in my grocery store in like 2 days, except for those ones, and they were already being shopped. I did not cancel the batches, so I show up to shop the batches. Instacart ends up canceling the batches. They dinged me for the cancellation. It was on my it was on my how are you doing, and on your ratings page I have a 1% cancellation. Argued for hours to try to get it off. Dainty said, sorry, I can't take that off. I'm like, you were kidding, right? Like, that's fraud, right? That is crazy, ludicrous to think that you can't take that off when another shopper was shopping that batch. And I have every single conversation with the customer that validated that in my camera roll. So I was sending all of that stuff. It didn't matter, because at the end of the day, here's what I realized. We're all at risk when we're using Instacart. It is a great platform when it works, but yesterday it did not work for me at all. I was really frustrated. So I have a cancellation rate that I had nothing to do with. I don't cancel my orders. I am a credible, reputable, stand-up shopper. I am. It's not rocket science to be like that either. It's just really simple. It's called, I give a care about my job, or whatever, my money. Let's say that, because this really isn't. Instacart didn't hire me as an employee. So anyway, I did everything right. I have the cancellation rate. She said, and I quoted this, rest assured, Jennifer, As long as you show up at the grocery store and swipe that batch on time, you won't get a cancellation. I said, what? That is just ignorant. I'm sorry. Here's what needs to happen. Let me say what I said back though. I said, rest assured, Dainty, it took me 1.6 minutes to get to that destination from the minute I accepted that batch. Period. End quote. I said, so clearly you don't have the authority to make any type of decision at all. So these are robotic, ridiculous customer service canned answers, which is horrific. So I stopped there and decided to have a cocktail and let it go because I was really fired up. Here's why. Don't treat me like an idiot. I'm representing Instacart. I am your brand ambassador in the field, doing everything right and some. I promise you I am, and this happened. So the cancellation, they would not take off. The customer validated that somebody else had, whose name I forgot, she told me the name, was using my picture, whatever. So Instacart denied all of that. They have to deny it. I don't know if you know this, but on today's news, I was Googling about Instacart. I'm not stating that these are reliable news sources because I do believe this article first came from BuzzFeed, which isn't, you have to, maybe some of it's truth, maybe some of it isn't. But here's what I know. My account is being toyed with, so I believe it because it is happening to me. And if it happens to me, it could happen to you. And I'm by any means not quitting Instacart because I'm going to use this as a vehicle for cash as long as I can, as long as I feel safe. But here's what I read on the news today. You can Google it yourself. You probably already know. But today, and this is 4 hours ago, states Instacart blames reused passwords for account hacks, but customers are still without basic groceries. Okay, so this is Instacart blaming somebody else. They're passing the buck. Another article is faulting Instacart, insists it's probably your fault if your account gets hacked. What else? Instacart denies widespread data breach affecting hundreds and thousands of customers. This is USA Today 1 day ago. So this is happening. So they know that there's a data breach problem, but they're just not acknowledging it. And here's me. Let's work together, Instacart. Just say, hey, listen, we know that is awful what happened to you. Instead of making me look like the idiot on the phone for 4 hours, wasting my time to get nowhere. Ridiculous, but that's on me. But I don't let things go. Like, right is right and wrong is wrong. And this was wrong what happened. Again, that cancellation, not my fault. It's on my account. Oh, and this is what another thing Dainty said after I was on the line with her chatting, messaging for an hour plus. We are going to give you a $5 bump because this happened to you. Okay, so here's what. She told on herself, if I'm in the wrong and you think I canceled that batch that wasn't even mine, somebody took it from me, you're going to give me $5? Then obviously, you guys, she told on herself. So if I did something wrong, do you think they were going to give me a bump for that? And the bump did show up. It was a $5 bump. I think she originally said 10, but it was 5. I don't care. But do you really think if I did something wrong, they would give me a bump? Absolutely not. So she was just trying to get me to go away without, and I kept using the words like these are bots. This is fraudulent activity. Let's work together. Let's figure this out. But there was nothing. So that was that. I left it alone, hoping that cancellation would be gone. But I did wake up today. It was still there. Sure was. So I said, you know what? I'm going to see what happens today. I was reluctant to take another batch today, but I did. And this morning, I took a little pharmacy batch. I think there were 3 items, and that was great. That was just at a CVS. No problem. I did another triple batch, kind of a low order, but I'm trying to get my ratings up. So this is what we have to do when we're under 5 stars to get that back up to 5, because we need the 4s to drop off. So you need to do the other ones perfectly and go the distance. So I did the other one, and that was fine. Ready for this? This is the update. So I decide, oh, one popped up. Okay, first of all, this is the only one in my favorite grocery store. I'm going to always call it my favorite grocery store without giving away my location. But it is my favorite grocery store. One popped up and they haven't been popping off. And again, my screen is blinking all day, blinking, blinking, blinking. Obviously, someone has access to my account. Now, I don't know if they probably don't have my credit card information. I hope to God not. I checked my bank. It's fine. They're taking my grocery store batches fact. And I know this to be true with all of my heart. Pair this with what's happening all over the news. Instacart, pay attention. It's fine. You don't owe us anything, but at least be truthful. The way you're handling your shoppers, your ambassadors, is not okay. It is really pathetic, and it's time to take note and to treat us with respect too, right? You need to, because all of those that are doing well, don't punish us. Please don't punish us. And please, Dainty, I'm not an idiot. Maybe you are. Maybe you are. I don't know. I hate to say anything unkind about anybody, but this is so ridiculous. So I get to my grocery store down the road. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's one. I caught it. Here's why I caught it. And it was interesting because it was sitting there for a second. I swiped it right away. It took me 2 minutes to get down there. I swiped accept the batch. I get there. Guess what? Same thing. The shopper was already shopping. I think there were only 18 items in that batch, and he was on item 15 with 3 to go. Oh, so before I did anything, I was running around that grocery store like Speed Racer. I was like, oh my gosh, because I could tell what the customer was. I could see they were chatting. I see what the customer was buying. And I saw a couple things being scanned in while I was there. I think they bought like a case of seltzer, so I was looking for that seltzer. The grocery store was a little bit crowded, so it was tricky for me. I was trying to go quick without looking weird. So I couldn't find this person, but I immediately started talking to the customer, and I said, hi, I'm Jen. I'm here to do your grocery shopping. She said, no, somebody else is doing it. And I don't want to say the name because it'll, you know what I mean? It was a name that I can't even pronounce, but it's okay. And that doesn't even matter. But I don't want to say it in case I got the name wrong. But that person was doing her shopping again, the same thing. So I said, I'm sorry that this is happening to you. I'm going to tell you right now, this is an illegal shopper, meaning they have not had a background check. They are shopping with my account. I am your shopper. Went into that whole spiel. I said, they probably bought this account illegally. And I said, you might want to cancel this because there's a good chance this person hasn't had a background check. And I don't know if you want this person showing up to your home where your children are playing in the yard. Absolutely not. Oh, so she was stressed. I didn't mean to stress her out, but she's like, what should I do? I said, I'll handle it. I will contact Instacart support, which I did again. I'm really, really sick of having to do this. I'm wasting a lot of time talking to people who don't know what to say to me. Like, you can't outsmart me. Just tell the truth. That's all you have to do. Just tell the truth. So I was really fired up. So this time I get a call from Instacart. It was the customer support person. And she called me, and I did feel better about this. And I'm putting this out here because I'm only speaking truth, because I do want to keep working for Instacart, and I'm sharing what she told me. So I said, okay, I'm so happy I have you on the phone. This is what's happening. This is the third time. Third time this has happened in this one grocery store in particular. It's the grocery store where I live. The screens are flashing. I'm not receiving any batches, not even like a $10 one, not even a $2 one, nothing. That is, even with a 4.96 rating or 7 rating, that's ridiculous. You know that I would be receiving batches like that because this is an area that does use Instacart. We have a huge elderly population, and if this is just a huge Instacart area. So I knew something was wrong, and with all the flashing, I'm like, here's what's happening. The shoppers are taking my batches, specifically the ones that are way down the street for me, specifically those. So this customer support person says to me, And she was very nice. And I actually was talking to someone from Instacart. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a person on the phone. Are you kidding me? Oh, I said, listen, I tried to contact you guys yesterday. Somebody gave me a number and it was bogus. It wasn't working. I said, why do people do that? And she's like, listen, I am so sorry. I work with customers. I don't work with shoppers. So she kind of shut me down in a really polite way, but I understand that I wasn't in her lane, but I at least told her what was happening. And she said, I said, why am I able to see? Oh, so here's what happened. So yes, this other person was shopping. They took the batch from me. I don't know how, because it flashes for me. Maybe it's not even being taken from me, but they're taking batches from everyone, especially the good batches. Like, there are no good batches here because the bots are taking them. Point blank, period, as my daughter would say. So she validated that that is indeed what happened. And she said, here is what happened. That shopper, in the middle of his shopping for this customer, we asked him to log back in, and he had a fake ID. They said we couldn't validate his account, so we deactivated him on the spot, and we offered that batch. We put it out there, and you accepted it. So what you saw was his batch go away, and then there was overlap, and you took it. That we deactivated him on the spot because, and I said, why? Was he a bot? What was he? Did he purchase an account? She said, we believed they did. He did. So bingo, there it is. So she validated the fake accounts, guys, are alive and well. The bots, they're taking your batches. So take what you can get. It's fine. I did feel better that this woman told me, you're taking over the batch. And I said, why can I see the chats? Why did I see him scanning while I'm there? Like, what? That doesn't make sense. If I'm taking it over, don't I get my own? Why did he have his? Why are we connected? That doesn't make sense to me, but I'm not a techie person, so maybe, does it? She said, because I took it over, any shopper that would have taken it over would have seen the same batch. So basically, I saw everything he scanned, every conversation, and what he still had left to purchase. So that's what I was told. It was, I think the time on that was 40 minutes, and by the time I was done, we were already like at 1 hour. And they said, you won't be penalized for the time, just please do the batch, because he was deactivated in the middle of the batch. I'm being winded again, but this is really important that I tell you guys this, because that's the update. So yes, the bots are alive and well. Yes, somebody is taking the batches, but I don't necessarily, they're telling me my account was safe and that I could see the other shoppers on mine, because when that happens, and if it happens to you, if you slide and accept and you see there's already something in progress, that's because that shopper, they're in the process of deactivating. So you're taking it over. I wish I would have known that yesterday. It would have been helpful, because then maybe I could have just completed them, but they canceled them on me, so I didn't even have the opportunity to do that. And remember, I got dinged for the cancel. And I tried to talk to them about it today, but they're like, we can't do that. I'm like, are you kidding me? So drop it. I'll just take the 1% and live and learn from this. So I'm sharing that with you. So here's what I think. Here's my theory about what's happening in my particular grocery store. Like I said earlier, it is a great area to Instacart in, because the customers aren't shady. They're not. There are customers in other areas, and I hear this. People tell me this every day. Be careful where you deliver. I hate to say it. It's true. Not all areas are the same, but the customers here are so nice. They're so nice, and that matters, because I don't want to be accused of somebody telling me I didn't deliver the groceries when I did. So I believe, and so that's number one. Number two is they tip well here. They do. I'm in an area where they tip well, and it's a needed service in my area. So I believe that the people that are selling the bots in this area are targeting this grocery store in particular. And interesting, I do not see any of the regular shoppers in my store anymore. And it's been like this for about 3 days. And I go to my store regardless if I'm shopping or not shopping for a customer every day. Anyway, I buy groceries every day. That's what I do. I buy what I eat that day. So I'm in there all the time, and I talk to everybody, and I know everybody. The regulars are gone. They're gone. So thanks a lot, you bots, you people that are stealing the batches. This is what's happening. We've been replaced by fraudulent accounts. So here I am, I'm penalized. I have a 4.97 or 8 or whatever because of 2 items that weren't perfect, right? So I'm being punished for that. And I get the sloppy seconds of somebody who was wrongfully working in the first place. I am shaking my head so hard it's not even funny. But that is the update. So as it stands now, I still made $100 today. It was tough, but I did it. And I only took that one because I was so excited to see one available. And that's why, because a shopper was caught red-handed and they deactivated him on the spot. So the good news, I'd like to be a little positive, they did deactivate him. And they said they are cracking down. They are making people randomly re-log into their accounts. And if you can't, you're out. So that's good news. So all of you fraudulent shoppers, they're coming for you. So get your own gig and do it right. Do it the right way, and then you don't have to worry about it. Why would you want that looming over your head anyway? So awful. So I'm cleaning up the mess, and with all the customers, like doing all the chats. And when I delivered the groceries, I rang the doorbell and I said, I am so sorry that happened to you. It was confusing. And I explained to her what happened, the customer, because what I didn't want her to do is, because of that, leave me a 1-star rating, because she's looking at the whole Instacart experience, the customer that was deactivated, because she was like, whoa, what happened? So I explained it to her. I said, here's what happened. The great news is if they can't validate their account, Instacart will deactivate them. I took over though. I'm legit. I'm so sorry. This won't happen again. Thank you for using Instacart. Just really taking the high road and being professional and being Instacart's brand ambassador. And I get slapped in the face with $6 orders that are 20 miles away, while these guys are taking my orders here. Our orders here. It's infuriating. It really is. I said in yesterday's video, I will be writing a letter to corporate. I am writing a letter to corporate. I'm in the process of writing that now. I'm a pretty good writer. I still work in corporate service right now. So I just want to put that down, be professional and very kind and helpful. I want to be helpful and just give them some good advice from the brand ambassador's perspective. You know, clean up on aisle 6. That's what I had to do. And I've been doing that for 2 days and it's not right. And I'm really irritated because, again, what I was saying earlier, the shoppers in that store, it's not us anymore. So it's ridiculous. You can tell who they are too. You can just tell because I can tell. Like, these aren't the regulars. And I wanted to say, you bought a bot. You bought a bot. You bought a bot. You bought a bot. You bought it. But whatever. What am I going to do? So do the app as long as you can do the app. I made money today. Wasn't nearly what I wanted to make, but I made a little money. I hustled. But maybe this is happening to me so I can report this out in the world. Report this to you guys. But that is what happened. They're convinced my account wasn't hacked, but it is the bots that are stealing from us. But what they're doing now is actually deactivating these shoppers. So that is the update. Oh, one more thing. I'm on my Massachusetts Facebook group. And today somebody posted, true story. Oh, I have it right here. That they're on that page. They were advertising bots, like a beautiful ad. And here's what it said. Sorry, as I'm talking. Oh, I should have had it pulled up. Okay. This was today's on the Facebook feed. Showed up. I'm like, are you kidding? Instacart account for people without driver's licenses. Account with a photograph. Bot available. And then, I don't want to give this away, but they have a beautiful Instacart ad with a trunk full of groceries. So you guys, Instacart, it is happening. Just acknowledge it. It's fine. Things happen. Technology does get hacked, I guess. That's the risk we take when we sign up for these apps. But I'm just saying, don't treat us like idiots anymore, because turns out we're defending you, and we just want what's right, and just be honest, and don't make me feel like an idiot and tell me to get to the grocery store on time when I was there in 1.6 minutes. You guys feel me? Do you feel my frustration? So I'm gonna keep going. I made $100 today. I'm gonna try to finish out the week ending Sunday with $700, and I hope I don't have another glitch. I hope these bots are under control. Please start Googling the news, and it's all over the place. There's other YouTubers out there that are talking about it too. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So saw it happen today, right in front of my eyes. And so I think maybe when I probably passed this grocery shopper when I was taking over for him, and when he got deactivated, he probably dumped his cart. I should have went and found it and just took over from there, but I didn't want to touch what this person touched. Anyway, it's all fine today. I feel a little bit better about this, but I'm very frustrated. I'm just telling all of y'all and to multi-app and to just spread yourself around and always look for other opportunities. I have a few other opportunities I want to talk to you about. I also want to answer some questions. I've been getting a lot of questions from you guys and comments, and thank you so much for the support. I believe in you. We're all in this together. It is a great platform. I love meeting everybody. Again, I do this to hold myself accountable. I clearly love it, or I wouldn't put myself out here like this. I'm trying to help you guys. I was just frustrated. Like, pick on somebody else's grocery store. Don't pick on mine. My gosh. Again, I get penalized for I did the right thing, and it's why am I getting punished? But clearly I am. So I'm going to keep it going. Stay positive. I will come at you tomorrow with another video of something. I have some content in mind. Thank you so much again for being here, for listening to me rant and ramble. I do please want to hear your stories below. I comment to everybody. Thank you so much. If you give me a thumbs up, that would help me too. I'm trying to grow this channel. I just want to know really what the interest is. I'm a little bit on the older side than all you guys, so maybe I can offer some fresh perspective from a seasoned, veteran. Been around the block a few times. You know what I mean? All right, it's Friday. Happy Friday, everyone, or whenever you're watching this. Thank you so much for your support, and I will be in touch. Bye for now. Thanks a lot. Bye. Okay, bye.